I want to start listening to the angels. I've said this to the demons all the time. Because I'll tell you what, when you wake up and find out that you were dead, man, I'll never forget thinking, if that was my last breath, what's the last thing I said to my mom? What's the last thing I said to my dad? What's the last thing I said to my buddies at school? And it sucked. Because I had never said or done anything for any of my life except for me. You know, I always thought when I died, I'd feel my heart slowing down. I'm taking my last breath and have this moment to make things right. I never got that.
My life has changed drastically since I first met Rob. I went through a lot of stuff between grade 8 and grade 10, and I didn't think I had any more purpose in life. I made a promise to him, and since that day, 6 years later, here I am, clean and being who I am.
Yeah, this tour started off with my story. I was 17 years old, I was in a bad car accident, found with no pulse, not breathing, and I didn't wake up enlightened, wanted to change the world. I was actually very bitter and angry and suicidal for almost 2 years, trying to figure out why such a thing would happen to me. I made it through that dark time, and I wondered how many other people were like me, having those same dark thoughts, not wanting to live, and are not talking about it. So I realized I wanted to tell my story to other people. And I ended up meeting some wonderful people with some incredible stories, painful stories, but we ended up writing songs together with some of them, songs about addiction, mental illness, suicide, and communities started calling us, asking if we'd come and perform those songs for their students and the communities that were hurting. And so we started doing that and started seeing people having massive breakthroughs. And what was supposed to be a 9-month tour is now 9 years, and it's been incredibly fulfilling to use music as a platform like this.
We lost our daughter to suicide in October 2013, and my sisters and I decided that we need to educate our community about suicide prevention, mental health issues. So we formed an organization 4 months after she passed away. I had the pleasure of hearing the Robb Nash Project about a year after our daughter passed away. And I knew right then and there that that was a project that we wanted to get behind and support, because I saw how many kids he could reach at one event.
I had not even heard of the Robb Nash Project, I'll tell you that. I had to Google it, and when I did, I thought, no, this is important. We have to bring it to our students. And today we will have 565 students from 5 different schools at the Killam Hall.
It's been amazing doing this tour because we don't charge for it. And sponsors like today that said, hey, we can see the impact that your tour is having. We'll take care of the costs so that you guys can focus on helping the kids.
I was sexually assaulted when I was 12. And I looked up to this guy a lot, and by him hurting me, that lost my self-confidence, my self-esteem. And that's when I started self-harming and did not think that I was worth anything.
We're here to tell you it's gonna be okay. Look, I had voices in my head trying to take me out, and look what I would have missed out on. I can't tell you how many times people tell us that they delete their suicide notes out of their phones, or people get home, rip up their note, burn it, send us a picture on Instagram of their burnt suicide note, make a video on YouTube, rip it up and send it to us.
And we've had over 800 students after these shows have handed us their suicide notes, and a lot of these students, though, tattoo our lyrics on their arms where they used to cut, and that meant so much to me. The last summer I actually wanted to show them that they meant just as much to me. So I had my tattoo artist take the signatures off of the suicide notes, and I filled this arm up with all those signatures, and I wanted to be able to show kids, look, you're not alone.
I also have a quote saying just for today. That quote has actually also stuck out to me just as a reminder. If I'm going through a really bad day, I know to look at my arm and just do everything for today.
It seems to be an increasing problem. You know, there's been kids, there's been adults, there's all sorts of people have harmed themselves or taken their life, and it's affecting a lot of people.
I don't think we say anything to these people at the shows that they don't already know. It's inside of all of us. But if you've never heard it before, you don't just hear it, you feel it. It's like, whoa, that was truth, because it's in us. And to see people in the audience with tears in their eyes is an amazing thing. And I used to think they were tears of people breaking down. Now I've realized those are tears from somebody that is breaking through.
It's a bigger need than anybody knows, because nobody talks about it, and it's something that needs to be talked about and dealt with more.
I just hope that today's performance helps kids, give them the tools to reach out for help, whether it's to a friend, to a parent, to their school, to their counselor, the bus driver. The big goal, I think, is starting that conversation and letting the kids know that it's okay to ask for help.
Thank you for saving my life. I always tell him, like, thank you for saving my life. Because if it wasn't for you today, I would not be here. I would not be who I am, and I would not see the potential that I have in my life.